Before we get into this video, I do have a new song that's dropping tonight, so depending on when you watch this, it might be out. I'm also going to be doing a live stream where I'm reviewing people's beats, so if you want your beats played, join the Discord right now and post your beats there, as I'm just going to be using that to, listen to people's beats and whatnot. So yeah, today we're making an R&B beat, something for like a Bryson Tiller or similar artists. So yeah, let's get into it. So to get started, I've got us at a BPM of 105. And the first sound that we're going to be using here today is just this organ from my one-shot kit. We're just going to be using sounds from my one-shot kit today. No VSTs, maybe like throwing some arcade, but if you like making R&B type beats or just really any type of beat in general, definitely check it out. If you look at all of my tutorials for like the past month or so, that's all been done using this one-shot kit. For these chords, you're gonna want like long chords, so like extending out like 2 bars is probably like a good distance. One thing that sounds pretty good is if you line up a few notes. It's just like naturally, if the same note's playing, it's gonna kind of transition to the other chord pretty well. If I listen through here, it sounds like, at least in my head, like it would sound good if I went like and just repeated this. But I do want to add a little bit of variation, so I'm gonna add that F. And this just makes it sound a bit fuller. So as we're kind of building through the chord progression, kind of getting a bit bigger. Versus just having it sounds all right, but just adding this one note adds like a good bit of variation. So, and then I'm just gonna drag this over, and then I'm just gonna line this up with this chord right here, because this is like the end of kind of like the first loop, so I know that's gonna sound pretty good. And then I'm also gonna match this note right over here. Randomize the velocities, and then very important is go to Alt-S, click strum. This is going to give it that nice strumming effect. All right, so I also play with like the lengths of these as well. Is a vibe so far. And then I'm just cutting out the low ends of the sound. All right, so that was the bass. This is what we're gonna build our entire song off of. So definitely spend some time making sure your chord progression sounds good in the beginning, as it's gonna make your life a lot easier, and it's actually gonna result in you, making a good beat. The sound I added is just this texture synth from my one-shot kit, and I just copied over the other notes, and here's how it sounds, but we're gonna kind of play with it. Select all this right here, go to Alt Control C, turn this into audio file, click start, and then all I did was I went over here and just cut each of these at like the tip area. So right here, right here, right here, and then I just brought them over here and just lined them up. So it's like a nice kind of like a texture that we're adding. And then I also threw some thermal on that, some portal, and just a little bit of reverb. Big key for R&B beats is you really want to have like kind of like cool textures to them, but you want to keep the beat overall very simple because at the end of the day, somebody's going to be on there singing, and so you have to leave space for them. All right, so the next sound we're going to use is the wet piano from the One Shot kit, and I'm just going to copy over the notes from before. And let me give you guys a little bit of sauce on your counter melodies because I know that's something a lot of people struggle with. But if I drag all these notes down here, as you can see, pretty much all of these notes right here are being played in the chords that they're kind of sitting on. Where that's not the case, that's kind of just to create tension. So next sound that I'm adding is just some vocals from Arcade. Our next sound you're going to want is some sort of a bass. Right here, I've just got this turnt bass from the One Shot kit as well. So now on to the other drums, and I'm going to be using my new drum kit, which drops on Saturday. So depending on when you watch this video, might already be out, so link in the description to check it out. All right, so first thing, I copied over the bass pattern to this 808 because I wanted to switch between the two. But if you do this, make sure that you go on both your 808 and Bassline channel, click on this wrench right here, and make sure it's cut by the same numbers here. So it would have to be 4x4 on the bass and then 4x4 on the 808 as well. Otherwise, when they change, there's going to be a bunch of distortion and it's going to sound really bad. And then for your kick, just keep it super simple. Right here, got the hi-hats. Alright, so I've got the beat arranged and whatnot. Alright, so for this intro, just got the vocals and the first organ right here. Smooth. Then this little transition into the first part of the hook. The only thing not playing here is the vocals. That top melody is going right there. It's like a post-chorus. just took out 808 kick, hi-hat. Thought it sounded nice. And this is one of my favorite parts of the beat right here. Let's wait for it. It's pretty clean. This is like the start of the verse right here. And all I did right there was, this is just the reverse sound. That's the only thing playing. And I just brought in the drums a little bit later. It's a little trick to definitely check out. And it's coming back before the chorus hits again. And I switched to this bass line just because I thought it'd be a good transition or a good change when going into the 808 over here. All right, cool. But yeah, join the Discord if you want a discount on the new drum kits, or if you want your beats played on the live stream later today. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Peace.